Hey everybody, Jonathan here, and I literally just got back from New York City where I was so fortunate to attend the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire premiere. Now, this was so much fun. It was amazing to see the movie early, and I want to give a huge shout out to GhostCore, which of course is the brand that oversees everything Ghostbusters, for the invitation. Now, in this video, I want to walk you through all of the festivities they did on premiere day, as well as give you a non-spoilers reaction to the movie and show you my Ghostbusters haul that I brought back from the entire experience. To back up how this happened is, not too terribly long ago, I made a video reviewing the Lego Ghostbusters Firehouse, where I said, hey, I'm going to be in New York City next week, of course referring to yesterday, and hey Sony, if you see this and you have an extra invite, well, long story short, without getting into the details too much, that ended up working and I got invited. I got one premiere ticket and it was absolutely awesome to attend. Now that being said, this all took place on March 14th in New York City. All the festivities for me kicked off that morning at the actual Ghostbusters Firehouse, and they had all kinds of cool stuff going on, including transforming the firehouse into the iced over version that we see in Frozen Empire. And then they had all kinds of stuff like, medical professionals teaching CPR in the firehouse, giving away tickets, giving away Ghostbusters toys and promotional stuff, and it was awesome. Plus, just to look around and see everybody in their Ghostbusters uniforms, myself included, was super awesome. A little later in the day, the new director of the movie, Gil, showed up, as well as Ernie Hudson from the original Ghostbusters, and McKenna Grace and Logan Kim. I actually got to meet all of them except for Gil, and I got them to sign my Lego set, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video. So the premiere ticket that I was given was called Fan Pen Access. And basically what that is inside the movie theater, they set up these barricades and select fans, myself humbly included, were able to go there, and the cast was supposed to come through and sign autographs and take selfies and just kind of do some very quick meet and greets as they headed into the premiere of their movie. Well, unfortunately, not every single cast member came through the line, and even those who didn't always stop for selfies or autographs or whatever the case may be. But overall, it was a really positive experience getting to see the Ghostbusters cast up close, so let me walk you through that now. So as the celebrities came through, the gentleman that played Walter Peck did not stop for autographs. Patton Oswalt came through and maybe signed a handful, but I was kind of in the back corner, if that makes sense, and they had like a U shape that the, cast of the movie were able to walk through, and like I said, some came through, some didn't. It just kind of is what it is, but it was really cool. Dan Aykroyd came over, and he did sign for maybe like 10 or 12 people, but he didn't come anywhere close to me, so sadly, I didn't get to meet Dan Aykroyd or get an autograph, and Bill Murray didn't sign or take photos with anybody, but it was very cool. He kind of came through and did a very quick victory lap, so everybody did get to see him, which was very cool, and I really enjoyed that. Now, as far as who I did get to meet, it's actually just easier to show you the Lego set because I can point out everybody. So I took the original Ghostbusters Ecto-1 Lego set from 2014, and you can see that Ernie Hudson signed it right here near his minifigure, and that happened at the Firehouse, not at the premiere. Down here, I got Ray Parker Jr., who sang the Ghostbusters theme song, to sign right here by the front of the car, and unfortunately, the color didn't really match up very well against the green, but Jason Reitman, who's the son of Ivan Reitman, the Ghostbusters original director, and Jason being the director of Afterlife, signed, but it does look better in person than it looks on camera, but it is what it is. On the back, I got some more signatures. Here we've got Logan Kim, who plays Podcast. Here we've got Gil Keenan, who's the director of the movie. Here we've got McKenna Grace, since she's the granddaughter of Egon, and of course this only had the original Ghostbusters. I asked if she would sign near Egon, and Carrie Coon signed right above McKenna since she plays her mom and Egon's daughter. So it was really cool to get this signed. I would have loved to have gotten like Dan Aykroyd here, or even down here, or Bill Murray over here. But like I said, they just didn't come through and do autographs in a way that it would have been conducive. So it was cool to see them, and it is what it is. Now, of course, Paul Rudd came through the line, and if you look behind me, you know I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I even cosplay as Ant-Man. I have met Paul Rudd before. I met him in 2018, and he actually signed the gauntlet of my Ant-Man suit. So since I already had an autograph, I was trying to get a picture, like a selfie with him, and unfortunately, just the way things shaked out, it wasn't going to be possible to do that, but he was nice and kind of waved and like gave a little, head nod, I suppose. But yeah, unfortunately, a selfie just wasn't in the cards, and now I'm kicking myself because he did sign a lot of autographs. I could have got him to sign the set, but again, I was kind of thinking in fight or flight mode, and if I could only get a selfie or an autograph, I wanted a selfie since I already have an autograph. But it is what it is. So that kind of wrapped up the premiere festivities as far as like the fan pen access. Then we went all the way upstairs and they had an entire theater blocked off for the fans to see Frozen Empire early. It was really insane to be in a theater full of Ghostbusters fans, and of course Jason and Gil both came out and greeted the audience beforehand, which I thought was super classy, and then they rolled the movie. So now I'll be able to give you my spoiler-free reaction. I can't really give like a rating or a review yet because the review embargo has not lifted. I had to Google it this morning because they didn't tell us anything last night, but want to play by the rules and do that. So there will be no spoilers. Here's my reaction to the movie. So the big thing for me is that this movie goes at breakneck speed. It is a very, very fast-paced movie, and there are times where it really feels like it's going maybe a little bit too fast, but overall, it's not really a problem. It's just a very fast movie. In my opinion, I thought Afterlife was like a very comfortable speed, and this one moves a lot faster than Afterlife, just to give you like a comparison. And again, that's just my opinion. I think this movie has a lot of heart. I was really excited about the fact that there's a good family dynamic going on. I actually felt like Finn Wolfhard had the least to do in this movie. Lucky and Podcast both have their moments. Podcast probably has more screen time than Lucky. And McKenna Grace, of course, just steals the show again. She's always amazing in these movies, and I think they're setting her up to really kind of carry the franchise on her shoulders. Now, of course, I can't get into spoilers, but I will say that the marketing for this movie, to me, came off like Avengers level threat. And I'm not saying that because I've got Marvel stuff behind me, but if you saw the trailers, you know, you see the big ghost. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but the name is out there, but I don't want to give too many spoilers. But you see, you know, the big ghost with the horns and the ice and everything, and the city of New York getting iced over. And to me, it really felt like it was going to be like a big, global, massive threat. And the way the movie plays out, partially because of the pacing, in my opinion, it really never feels like, you know, a 2012 Avengers Battle of New York level threat. Although it does feel like the stakes are high, don't get me wrong, and the lore is set up amazingly, like the backstory for the ghost and motivation, all of that is set up great. It's just, compared to what you see in the trailers with setting it up to be this big, epic final battle, biggest battle ever, I don't think it pays off the way that the marketing set it up. That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean it's phenomenal. It's just my expectations for what the final battle was going to be like were far different from what it was, although I enjoyed it and it did have a lot of heart. So that's pretty much all I feel like I can say without getting into spoilers. I did have a really great time. I really enjoyed the movie, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it again. It's just that it didn't meet the expectation I had based off of the trailer for how epic it was going to be, but there are so many funny moments. All the characters get time to shine. It's amazing seeing the original three Ghostbusters and Janine and, you know, seeing them interact with the new cast. Everybody's got a lot of heart, and speaking of heart, I really think this one scene between Winston and Ray really gives us a lot of insight to where these characters are in present day, and I actually got a little emotional at it, to be honest with you, because it was just really cool to see that, you know, the writers care so much about these characters and how they interact with the new characters and, you know, their place in the world, and I really love that. So yeah, definitely excited to see it again. It's a lot to take in because it moves so fast, but I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. And of course, at the end of every video, we've got to talk about the haul. So we already talked about the Lego set, but I was able to get some other cool stuff at the Firehouse. I believe this was available for one day only. It's a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire t-shirt, and on the back, it has the premiere day on it. So it's a very cool t-shirt. Somehow I ended up with a large, even though I asked for a small, so I guess it's just going to go in my collection. They were giving out Ghostbusters-themed Flamin' Hot Smoky Ghost Pepper Cheetos. That's kind of interesting. I'm probably not going to keep those sealed. I'll probably eat those. One of the guys who was hosting at the Firehouse gifted me this. It's a little Ghostbusters, like, I guess there's like mini in there. In fact, you know, why don't I just open it? We'll see what's inside. All right, so you open the side of the box, and oh, the inside of the box is like kind of branded like the containment unit. So that's pretty cool. And we'll see what I got. All right, we got a little mini Stay Puft. I like that a lot. That's cool. Now, at the event, there were Ghostbusters from all over the world, and so, of course, the group that I hang out with here in Tennessee had these TN Ghostbusters in New York City pins, so I got one of those for my team, and I got this one from the Detroit Ghostbusters. I bought this challenge coin at the Firehouse, so they have these special edition Ghostbusters challenge coins. This wasn't like exclusive to the premiere or anything, this is just the normal one they have. And then I was gifted this really cool one from the Yes Have Some team. So this is a challenge coin that I got at the end of the night. They just randomly handed it to me, so that was very cool. And again, it is really, really nice and really well made. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this video. A big thanks to Sony and Ghost Corps again for, inviting me to the premiere. It was a wonderful time. Definitely recommend seeing the movie when it comes out next week, and let me know what you think. I really can't talk spoilers right now, but I plan to do a spoiler review once the embargo lifts, so stay tuned for that. Be good out there, and who you gonna call?